Hello, my name is Enoch Nyador, as Sean said there, and I work in Ghana in West Africa, and mainly we work with rural people out in the villages of Ghana. In these communities, we don't really have any tarred blacktop roads. You travel on gravel road and you get back into these rural communities. Often there will be no school, or if there's any school, there will be no facilities. There will be no chairs, no books, no exercise books, no pens, no pencils, and the students may have one teacher teaching 3 or 4 classes, sometimes one teacher in charge of primary 1 to 6, and there is no electricity, there is no potable water, and just very remote areas. Ghana is a developing country, and 60% or even more of it is rural. And so in these rural communities, there may not be a fine building for students to meet in. There may be a grass-roofed building, and that's where the students go to school. That's where they have to learn. And so some of these children would walk like a mile or 2 miles to come to school in a central location. In the village of Ubanda, children travel from Togodo to come there, and some of them walk 1 hour, and they go over some of the hills and valleys to come. And when there is a rainstorm, they still must walk back to get back home. Well, if it rains early in the morning, then they don't come to school. But often when they come and then the rain comes, they still must go back. And so those are the rural communities we serve. And we go into those communities to try and help them in whatever way we can. We work hand in hand with the government, because it's the primary duty of the government to provide educational facilities. And so if there's a school and there are no textbooks, then we may try to provide some books or some materials for the teachers to use, for the students to use. There's a case in which we are now trying to look for somebody who would teach English as a second language and can go in and teach in one of those villages. Ghana has one of the biggest man-made lakes in the whole world, the Volta Lake, created when a Kaiser Aluminum Company from here in the US went over to Ghana and built a dam so they could get electricity to smelter bauxite into aluminum, and they produce aluminum there. And behind, all along the shores of the lake and on some of the islands created through this big lake, we have children who must go to school. And some of those schools on the islands, there's a need for transportation to get back there, even take supplies and come back out. But we go to those places. Our determination is to go to the most remote places, people who have the greatest need, and then give hope to those people, provide resources that would help some of those people.
What are some of the needs that you meet with the people? Some of the practical things that you do?
Well, one need we have tried to solve recently is with providing computers because the Ghana curriculum, the educational curriculum includes computer literacy for 9th grade students, and they must pass an exam to go to the 10th grade, and that exam includes computer literacy. And for most of these villages we go to, the children have never seen a computer, but they have to pass an exam on computers. And so we are now trying to provide computers. We got some 2 students from Florida State University, and they did some fundraising, and they bought 30 laptops, and we took them to 3 schools, and now we have computer labs in those schools. So we have groups of 10 students coming at a time throughout the school period to do computer lessons. And that's a way we are trying to meet the needs of the students and go throughout the rural areas and just provide a room and some tables and then put a computer there, and then the children can learn, and it helps them in reading, in doing math and other things. Once you are computer literate, it gives you a head start in your education. In some of the communities, the children don't have desks and chairs to sit on, and we try to help to provide chairs. So when the children go to school, they can have a place to sit down and write and do their homework. Sometimes we partner with people to provide libraries so that the children can have books to read, storybooks and other books on different subjects like encyclopedia and so on and so forth. So we've had schools donate furniture, donate books, and we partner with some people here in the US who donate books, and we set up libraries for some of those communities that we go to.